Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, race fans, sim fans, RC fans, Racing 393. Now, as you can see before you, I've got a number of nitro cars in front of me, but the main reason for the video is a quick update going forward of what my plans are short term. We'll start off with what you see on the table. So I'll show you these cars closer up so you can see what I've got. Now, I have done a video on most of these cars before. I've actually done a running video on one of them. But we'll start off with the one you can see here in front of you. This one, they're all the same model as such. So the RC10 GT, Team Associated Nitro Gas, that's what they used to call it, truck. I know gas and nitro are different, but the GT gas truck, but in retrospect, they are nitro engines. So the one you see before you here with the body on, this is a trophy truck body, which I got off eBay. And I just quickly measured up the wheelbase and the width of these chassis. They're a bit peculiar. They're a bit of a unique size. They're not a typical size. They're not quite 1/10, and they're definitely not 1/8. However, I think I could be wrong. This might be a 1/10 truck body, but I know the other chassis you can see there in the middle. That's just a typical generic buggy body, like a Kyosho type of shape, kind of. But that is actually a 1/8 scale buggy body on the same size chassis. So the first things, the plans are, so this particular one here with the truck, this is a RC10 GT. It's not done. I'm waiting for some bits, but I'll show you what I've done so far. So let me just remove the body. Okay, so this is a pretty much fairly stock RC10 GT. There are a few differences. The first difference on this one that you can probably tell is the motor, the nitro. This is off a Traxxas. It's a 3.3. It's single speed nitro engine. It's in very good condition. I've had this one running off camera with no body shell on it. I had it running last year. It runs okay. The only problem I had, which I still don't know if I fixed it, it had a superbly leaking fuel tank. There was more fuel coming out of the tank than there was going through the engine. I don't know if you can see, but down there is a little plastic standoff, the fuel line. I think that was leaking. I can't be sure, so I replaced it with a new one and haven't used it since. But it is pretty much, the chassis is fairly standard. The only difference is it's got this 3.3 Traxxas motor on. Now, these motors are quite rare in themselves. This one runs okay, and it is a roto start, as you can see down there. So that's absolutely superb. The only other difference is the front wishbones. These are sort of aluminium aftermarket. I don't know where and who they got, where they're from. They look all right. I'm thinking of maybe replacing the arms, that's the front ones and the rear ones, with RPM arms. I don't know yet, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, the only thing I have done on this to accommodate that truck body is I put some body mounts up here. They go through some sleeves, so I'll just quickly show you those close up so you can see. I've only put them on with one screw. They're quite secure. They pretty would move in the event of a car going over, but it's fine. So they're on there for the back. The front, they're the original ones that came off with this car anyway. It is a truck, isn't it? The gas truck, but the wheels stick out. I wasn't too keen on that. So these are the standard body mounts for the front of that. I'm going to get some extensions that go on top of this and stand up so high. they sort of held in there with a pin. I'll probably sort of try and tape them on there as well myself, a bit more secure. It's just that these are screwed on from underneath. I suppose there are ones you can get them. I'm trying to think now. I'm pretty sure that if you take this front sort of bit off here, there's sort of body mount brace. There's a screw underneath, and I think they almost screw out. But for now, I've got some post extensions, and that's about it really. We'll have this as a running video at some point. All I've done to the shell is just drilled a couple of holes in. I haven't drilled the front ones yet. So let me just put this back on. So that's the truck body back on. It's not sitting right on the front yet. It's got to sit a little higher. The truck itself sits a bit higher, and I want the shell a bit higher as well. It's got a very weird front suspension on where, I'll try and show you. You can see the front there. The body's a bit too low, but when you go down on the shell, when you go down on the front suspension, the front wheels kind of pivot back to the corner up here. So it's a very strange, peculiar sort of setup. It does work. At the end of the day, it is a off-road truck, isn't it? That goes, you know, they do in America. They're very spectacular to watch. I just wasn't a great fan of the RC10 GT truck body with the wheels that stick out. It just, to me, didn't tick the box. Now, I'm just going to move this one out of the way. So this RC10 GT doesn't need any introduction. It's been on my channel. It's one I've heavily modified, taking it away from the gas truck look. It's more of a 1/8 buggy type look with the rear wing. It has got everything mainly standard. I say that it's got the motor is a typical team associated point. I want to say 0.15. We'll have a quick look. Just bear with me while I flip the lid. So that is the standard motor. It is a 0.15. It has got some carbon upgrades on the car and some upgraded shocks. It's got the push button start. I mean, this has been on my channel anyway. The only difference is I did put a stealth gearbox on there with an uprated differential gear inside it. There's a video on my channel of that. But other than that, it is how you see it. It's got like a tuned pipe, but everything else is relatively standard. I have lowered it, so it isn't so sitting quite as high on the suspension. You'll notice what I'm trying to demonstrate here is the front sort of shocks. It shortens the wheelbase. You see how they sort of move back. Doesn't really matter on a buggy because there's no wheel arches. On the truck, the wheel arches kind of matter. So yes, I'm a little bit of an RC10 GT fanboy. I say fanboy, I'm only because it's a vintage nitro, which I'm into, and these are fairly rare in this condition. I think I bought, I don't know how many over the years to enable myself to build and maintain a number of them. But so that's the one you're probably familiar with. I'll get the final one in front of the camera. So this one, I don't know whether or not I've done a video on this. So this is the RC10 GT2 with a load of aluminium upgrades, which I did. It's got a carbon fibre chassis. They're all single speed. I'm not sure of the model of this motor, but it has got a marking on it. It says on there OS Max 1270 or 12Z. It says 12TZ. I've no idea anything about that, but it has been heavily modified. Apparently, this was used indoors, carpet racing, hence these wheels. Now, you'd have to excuse me, it's super dusty because it's just been sat on my shelf. I've not actually done anything with it. It's got some quick release rear wheels on it. Like I say, it's got Teflon shocks. They're super smooth. As you can probably, it is very, very good. Carbon fibre chassis and the aluminium upgrades. I've not had this on running. I've had this on for ages. I just saw it on eBay one day and I thought that looks really nice. It didn't have all this on. I put these aluminium upgrades on. They weren't on there. And I must say, I've got to get around to getting this started. I'm not sure what body shell to put on this yet. I'll probably get another buggy body because they're a bit easier to fit on here. Yeah, I don't know yet, but this one is, I do like this one. So I'll show you a little bit of a close up. So you can see the chassis under there is a carbon fibre chassis with titanium screws. I mean, this is all done. This is how I bought it, to be honest. It's got a slipper clutch. I don't know the gearing. It's the standard gearing. I've not even had this engine. I don't even know if I fired it. I've tried the. It's got compression, and it is a box start, as it were. So you've got to put something has to go under there. I have got a box for it that will work, but I'm particularly happy with this one. It's just covered in dust because I've not done anything to it. In fact, the only thing I did put on, I think, was it's got an actual box on the back here, like an actual Team Associated box for the battery, the receiver pack. But you can see it's in superb condition. It's all done by Hot Racing. These aluminium parts are all by Hot Racing, so they were just typically purchased off of eBay from the States. Bottom wishbones, shock towers, hubs, standoffs for the rear shock. So this one, I'm looking forward to getting this on running actually. I'm hoping it'll run. There's no reason why it shouldn't run. It's in very, very good condition. I think it's a very standard exhaust. I don't think that's anything spectacular. So I may get something like one of those. You can still buy them. They are quite rare, but I might get one anyway. The Stinger exhausts. Yeah, so that's kind of initially where I'm at. So the project for my next video will be the conclusion of the truck body, front body pins, posts, pins. Got to cut some airways into the shell and then mount it, stickers on it. It's roto start, so it just, the roto start does go into the side, doesn't have to cut the body, or the body doesn't have to be cut. And then that one can go out, so that'll be working. So that'll be a running video soon, but the second video will be the conclusion of that shell. The rest of this video is really just an update on my channel, really, and my plans going forward.
Other thing happening in my channel is I've got one of these on order. I've got a feeling they're two L's, not an I and an L, or an L and an I. I don't know. Why do they make it so complicated? But yeah, I've got one of these on order. They have been shipped, or they're starting to be shipped. They're on the YouTube channels if you want to look for them. People have already got them and unboxed them and run them. So that will be a unboxing and then a running video of sorts. So I've also got that on my channel. Let me just find some other bits and pieces that I've got. So I've ordered one of these. It'll be here mid-April, I think. It's another new four-wheel drive, ready-to-run radio control car, which I will do an unboxing, a quick run video indoors, and then I'll put that on my eBay store for you guys to bid on. There'll be links in the description as usual. These are quite new. I've got the one in blue because everything I've got is red, I think. So we got that's coming soon. That'll be another video shortly. And finally, a little bit of an update on my channel. So we've not got very many followers. I think at the time of this, 330, which is, for me, okay. 330 of you watch my videos, so that's good. Obviously, the threshold that I'm looking for at the moment is 1,000. Seems a long way off, and at this short term between now and probably 2 or 3 weeks, because Easter's just around the corner, I'm not going to have a lot of time doing videos. So a little bit of a downward trend, I'm afraid, because I just don't have time to do them. But I don't envisage getting to 1,000 subscribers anytime soon. But most of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed. I mean, there's probably a reason for that, but if you want to support the channel, then please just click that subscribe button, and it helps the channel's algorithms. Not that really makes a huge difference to the channel my size, but it will help. If I've got 1,000 people, possibly some of my views might be high enough that I could get a little bit of income. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I need a lot more. I don't know. 100,000 views, that's never going to happen, is it? But over 1,000 views, 2,000, I don't even know. What is it? Is it worth it? I don't know. Because if I get any sort of money at all, anything, it goes straight back to the channel and pay for content. So that's the main reason. My goal is to go to 1,000. And upon getting to 1,000, what I'd like to do is do a free giveaway, providing I've got enough subscribers. Otherwise, there's no point. I did try a giveaway ages ago, just a sticker. Only one person got it, so it doesn't matter. But I'd like to do a little bit more. I'm trying to sort of expand slowly but surely. I do have content, but unfortunately the next sort of 3 weeks is going to be a little bit lean apart from this one, hence the update. So just to summarize, I've got a lot of RC10 GT content coming up, a little bit of a build or finish video once that's here. I haven't got the bits yet, so I can't do that. There will be running videos. What else I got? My hot shots. I like to take them both out in the summer. I've got some more indoor carpet racing once I get round to booking in. A couple of real life, or quite a number of real life race meetings to attend. Hopefully I'll get some filmage on that as well. The speedrun car, that's due to be shipped, but it's not here yet, so that'll be another part. And the Banggood drift truck van, that'll be an unboxing and internal drift video, indoors I should say, and then that'll be up for sale. You can see what I paid for it, so that's kind of my contribution to the channel. And that's at the moment. What else have I got? I've got a new Tamiya buggy coming soon, the new BBX or BXX. It looks like a Tamiya Rough Rider, but it isn't. I've ordered one of those. They're due in May, end of May I think, so there'll be a build video of that. I'm just trying to look for inspiration now. I've still got tons of nitro. In fact, I've got another nitro which I bought. It's a Traxxas Fortec. I've already got one of those, and there was a video of that running. It's the Audi Quattro, so that works. But what I thought I'd do is buy an old one, another one that's maybe in need of some restore it. So that's coming soon. I've also ordered some what are they? Titanium screw set, and I haven't ordered yet, but I will do some new wheel bearings. I think, I don't know the full condition, so it's suck it and see. I think one of the drive shafts has broken. in the one I'm buying. So I might be on the lookout for a front drive shaft. I'm not sure yet. I don't quite know the severity of that. I don't know whether the engine runs, but it looks all complete. So there'll be some videos soon of me restoring that. I'm not sure how I'll go about that yet. I'm trying to change some of the way I do my videos. This one's not an example. This will be exactly how it always is. But I'm just trying a slightly. I'm be thinking about it. A different approach to how I edit, how I present. Like, for example, I always do background music. I think background music's okay in certain parts, but maybe not all the way through because it becomes very repetitive. I want to make the videos engaging to get people in to get to this 1,000 subscribers. So, yeah, I mean, this video won't change much. This will be much of the same, but going forward, I will try a different approach. The problem is I'm not very creative, so never have been. But anyway, that's it. I'm done. So I don't want this to go on too long. So that's the where the channel's going. Short term, there's gonna, like I say, I apologise. There won't be as many videos at the moment, just because of I've just got too much work. To be honest, work does come first. Anyway, that's enough for me. That's a quick update. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall catch up with you soon with part 2 of the RC10 GT trophy truck body shell, whatever you want to call it. So, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. It's very important, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.